Welcome back guys to a new video. Now today's video is a video I usually do every sort of like 3 to 4 months, and it's like looking into the future of Ark Survival Evolved to see what we've got coming, you know, in months to come. And this is done by looking at the upcoming features page, as you'll be able to see on the screen, where lots of stuff gets added, lots of stuff gets taken away obviously when they get released, and you know there's loads of awesome stuff. And in these videos as well we talk about, you know, we talk through rumors and everything like that to see what we could be seeing in the future of Ark Survival Evolved. Now, if you guys do enjoy this video and you wouldn't mind dropping a like, that'd be great. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing, if you're new to the channel, that'd be great too. Thank you for all the support constantly on the channel, guys. We're getting closer to 41,000 already, which means we're getting even, well, closer and closer every day to that big 50,000, which will just be an amazing target. So thank you so much for that. But apart from that, let's just get straight on with this video, guys, which we're going to go through everything. Now, if you haven't seen these types of videos before on my channel, if you are new, then this is an upcoming features page where basically people who edit on the wiki, you know, they might see a bit of information maybe in a Q&A, and then they put it on the upcoming features page. And if they you know, when they actually submit it, if they put a source to it and wildcard, you know, they see that what source was being added and they agree with the source, it will be left on the page. So everything that is shown to you through this video, guys, is completely checked over by a wildcard. And if there will be some, if you are someone who's, you know, been at the channel for a while and stuff and you've seen these videos, then there will be some similar stuff to the old videos I've done on the upcoming features. There will be some new ones, and there will be some that obviously aren't there from the older videos because they have been released already. There's some really awesome stuff in here. Some stuff is maybe, some stuff is definite, but obviously we'll go through that in this video right now. So starting off, you know, from the top, which is the items. As I said, you may notice some of these already because they haven't been released, but they are confirmed. So we start off with the items. So there's gaslight lanterns, indoor lighting, some light here between standing torch and lamppost, flashlight, reinforced stone box, hitching post and leashes. Now this is obviously when I said some are maybe and some are not. Obviously right now these are maybe because there was obviously something there. As you can see, this is the source, which when we scroll down to the bottom, once we get through everything, it will show you where the source came from and stuff like that, you know, as it's numbered. So that number 5 will be hitching posts and leashes, but right now that is a maybe. But I remember that one being a maybe from last video, so it's probably still just in wildcards plans, and they haven't really done much of that at the moment. The ones that say maybe on there probably isn't that, you know, they're probably the furthest away in the future, and there's still a chance they might not even come. So when we're looking at tech tier, there's obviously the stuff has been removed that have already been released, but surveillance equipment such as, you know, CCTV cameras and stuff, cloaking devices, and a multi-HUD visor, which is a magnifying glass for the distance, maybe with more stats and infos. Wall banners, and which is basically flags hanging from walls. So that's sort of the, you know, the types of tech stuff, apart from wall banners obviously. Surveillance equipment is definitely a great one. I can actually see this getting released, to be honest. It's, you know, it's definitely one of cloaking devices for me. I can definitely see, which, you know, going invisible and stuff, I can see that one happening as well. I reckon, to be honest, all of this here will be obviously released into the game, but it will be later on with, you know, when we get more patch notes and stuff, lots of this stuff will be taken from here and, you know, added into the patch notes. So some of the tools that obviously are here are carryable flags, which I think I have said in the last video when I did one of these, that was there, and I was saying that you could probably do some more types of mini games, such as like capture the flag and stuff with other people on Ark, which will definitely bring a nice mini game into it. You get heat vision, shotgun, beanbag ammo, fuel, more instruments such as the war horn, the electric keyboard, and the xylophone. So more instruments is definitely going to be a great one, which I definitely think will come out with the game, because right now, as some of you guys may or may not know, well if you play a lot of Ark, then you should know that there is obviously the war drums on the game. So I reckon having loads more instruments, people will form bands and stuff like that, which would be quite funny. And I reckon it would just, you know, that you can do some awesome stuff, you know, when there's more instruments into the game. And, you know, the fuel is most likely because it's going to be, you know, when there's lots of different stuff like boats and stuff get added in, it's going to be things to do with that. So the new weapons that we do have in this is equipment slots for glasses and hats, which for me, that is going to be so useful, because I'm pretty annoyed of, you know, of the idea of how to have with your helmet, you have to swap it with the glasses and stuff. So having an actual equipment slot for hats and stuff and glasses to actually be able to put them on your flak helmet or something without them changing is definitely going to make the game, for me, more, you know, realistic and, you know, sort of more developed, instead of just completely getting rid of your obviously your flak helmet or something like that, or your tech helmet, and then it just becomes the hat. So it just makes it doesn't make it very realistic. Then we've got knives, battering rams, Lots of siege tools. These are the things that throw stones from, obviously, like catapults, you know, like where they launch, basically like, you know, like launching stuff from catapults and things like that, and other siege tools, things to knock down doors, which are the battering rams and stuff. Coloured smoke grenades, which is probably going to be something that a lot of tribes will do. Disease trap, tripwire doors, electric stun arrows, throwable pikes, and more tech tier stuff. Plasma sabers, laser tripwire, EMP weapon to disable electrical devices, torpedoes, and chemical weapons such as chlorine and mustard gas. So obviously, these, for me, I think every single one of these in this list will definitely, you know, there's obviously everything on this list is going to be released anyway because there's no maybe on them, but things like the equipment slots for glasses, battering rams, so much to be added in is going to make it, you know, it's going to make this game just, you know, it's always going to be so much fun to play when all the stuff has been added in, especially to people that get the game on the full game release, because if it's the difference between the game when it first got released on early access to what it's going to be like when it actually gets released, it's going to be unbelievable. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see. So armor and clothing, there's dinosaur armor, dino mounted cannons for primitive, more dino mounted plasma weapons for tech tier, and the ability to add armor to the training dummy, which, yeah, it's going to be something, you know, just to make it look cool in your base and stuff like that. And maybe it's going to teach you how much damage that, you know, what you would do to someone if they had that certain bit of armor on, and obviously dino mounted plasma weapons for tech tier, which is going to be cool as well. Now, when we move on to structures, a lot of this stuff is obviously, some stuff's been added and some stuff's obviously you're going to notice that's already there. But there is going to be half walls being added in, which for me, this is going to help me out a while, because with my, like, sort of, when I actually make a house or make something, I can sometimes be off, or when I use the spiral stairs, I'm usually off on something. So say if I'm putting on a ceiling, I might have done it wrong with it, so it doesn't fit with the actual, you know, with the actual staircase, something like that. And having half walls, I think is going to really benefit me, and I know a lot of you guys in that sort of situation. And colorization pass on older structures, so obviously when it gets older and older, things will start to decrease and, you know, and become older and look older, which obviously is going to make the game more realistic. Flipping sloped walls upside down. Wall mounted coal for base decoration, which is like obviously the fish you'll be able to have on the walls. Refrigerated feeding trough, which is going to be tech tier, which is going to keep your feeding tray. You're going to be able to put so much food in there without it rotting as quickly. Ability to name turrets. Tech tier cloning chamber, which has already been released actually, which I think is something obviously which might not have been, something they haven't actually taken out at the moment, but that has already been released obviously. Dynamic length bridges, which was first announced all the way back in version 2.4.5, but is now going to be released in version 2.5.8, if I'm not wrong. So that is a long way away when they were first actually released, guys. Well, to be announced that they were going to be released, but it is going to be version 2.5.8 as we know right now. Consumables such as bread and jam, narcotic-infused food, laxatives and coffee. The vehicles, as you can see, lots of stuff has actually been removed from here, guys. The list is so much shorter than it was before. Speedboat and other higher tier water transportation. I'm so happy to see that still in there, because I know there was definitely from the older videos, if different things that were meant to be coming to the game, which have obviously been removed. Things have been released and other stuff is obviously not going to be coming now. But speedboat and other higher water transportation has been stayed there, which is good. Environment, more underwater harvestables, geography specific plants, more seeds, and making seeds only appear in certain biomes. Maps, there's going to be more caves, boss arenas, and ascension goals, because obviously ascension isn't finished yet. There's going to be additional caverns for biome development for the center, such obviously the sea cave dungeons are going to be coming as well. The sunken obelisk with underwater boss, which I don't know whether that's going to be coming or not at the moment, obviously, because you know there's meant to be a final boss. So lots of people are thinking, is this obviously going to be linked with is this going to be a link to ascension or is it not? We don't know yet, but obviously we'll find out later on. The weather, so hail and thunderstorms and other weather cycles, maybe a rough sea, a drought system with a resource of variation, so the weathers are going to be changed a lot, which is obviously needs to be added into the game to make it more realistic there again. Some big stuff there. Now there's stuff when you move into game mechanics, which is quite a long list, and so there has been some stuff added and obviously some stuff taken away. Mechanized transportation systems, potential airships and airship bases, which we've seen from the past. We've gone through this quite a lot. Being able to name items, carrying weapon and torch together, tribe leveling, alliance chat and ranking privileges, localized injuries and bleeding and bandages, hallucinations, dino migraines, hold breath with while in scope function, which is like Call of Duty, ability to stop babies from growing using tech tier, breeding from sea-based creatures, which has obviously already been added in, which hasn't been removed yet. It was some of the stuff they might have just forgotten to remove from the list. Craft from remote inventories, which is obviously, you know, which is I reckon be useful. Crafting speed affecting item quality. Crafting speed multiplier option. Difficulty offset of 5. So if there's anything that I'm reading through, guys, that I've missed out that have been added in already, it's just that they haven't actually some of the stuff they've missed, and some of the stuff the editors of the wiki might not have got rid of as well. More turret targeting options, auto flight / run key, which on Xbox there'll be a certain thing for the auto run and flight, which will be something on the console. As you know, I couldn't actually say right now what it's going to be because it's not official yet on PC. Hide learned engrams option, more creature tracking option, and use of maps / GPS while mounted on water creatures. When you move into behaviour, carnivores are going to be more active at dusk and dawn. A fix to the pterodon's spazzy nature, which I don't know if you guys know that. Maybe sometimes when they fly into a tree or something like that and they stay there. Advanced dinosaur AI, so they're going to be much more clever, such as raptors and stuff, which you guys know from the films, you know, from Jurassic World and everything like that, Jurassic Park. Raptors are pretty clever dinos, so that's going to be something there. More dinos with sleep mode. Dino senses, weaponized fire, making dinosaurs scared of it, so when you shoot they'll run away. An attractor and a repeller. Obviously the turtles will have the ability to retract into their shells to hide away. Possible sibling boost when you have babies. Alarm trap can cycle aggression on nearby dinos. Vertical water leaps on some creatures. Icon for alpha boosted creatures. Possible breeding stat. Dino support for arbitrary gear. So moving down onto a few more things, which are some interesting ones. Roaring feature for all dinosaurs. Skewing attack for the trike. Dino nests. Respect system. Sound pass. And now moving on to the appearance, we've got footprints, sleeping animation for players, different sounds for walking on different surfaces, which is kind of happens already, but you know, there's going to be more for different surfaces. Able to lay on a bed when online. And then obviously the story mode type of thing, the Matrix likes revelation, which is still something that is a mystery to everyone, the story mode type of thing, which I've done a video on in the past. Obviously, lots more creatures of, you know, the unreleased creatures, the Dino Dossiers, alpha herbivores, more cold climate creatures revealed, which is, you know, something I haven't heard of before. Alpha air creatures and griffins, and there's a few more things here with the UI, you know, which you guys can read through if you want to pause the video right now if you want to see that. And then we've got Primal Survival, which is obviously hasn't been talked about for a while. And then the final disc edition available after release of Ark Survival Evolved. Now, when I said I get to the bottom, guys, and obviously find out more, this is where everything came from, all the information from the different digests they did and the Q&As and everything. That was all in these numbers right here. So, lots and lots and lots of stuff, guys, to be added. And looking through this list, just obviously seeing from before, there's been so much removed and so much added. And I reckon a lot's been removed due to the fact of, you know, they've just been scrapped and they don't want that to be released. And lots of stuff, obviously, there's still a few things on the list that do need to get removed that are already in the game. But definitely some huge stuff to come out from. And if there is anything you'd like to know, any more information on when I do these videos, then just let me know down in the comments, because obviously I'll do videos on them then. But let me know if there is any that I have, you know, that I didn't go into enough detail in and you guys want to find out a little bit more. Obviously I've done a video on the story mode type of thing, so you know there's no more information on that at the moment. But if you do want to check out my old story mode videos, then make sure to do that. But anyway, guys, I am going to be ending the video here because we have gone through everything with the upcoming features of Ark Survival Evolved. There's still so much stuff that isn't on this upcoming features page that we don't even know about, but it's going to be interesting to see what's coming. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you for all the support. Make sure to go and follow me on Twitter and Instagram too. The links are always in the description down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in a video very soon. See you guys later, and I hope you did enjoy.